Hi, I'm Roma, and welcome to Fantasy Booking, where we take your favorite wrestlers and ask what would happen outside the ring.
And I'm Sushi from Sushi's Pop Empire. On this episode, we'll be taking a look at the men of Raw to see where they belong on a traditional D&D alignment chart, from Lawful Good to Chaotic Evil.
Since we have 34 wrestlers to talk about today, we'll be talking about tag teams and factions as groups. If there are any factional breakups or sudden changes, we'll be sure to update you.
Choose your side. Join the fight. Join the fight. Heroes shine in the spotlight. Fantasy booking. Roll initiative. Prove your drive. Every legend comes alive. Fantasy booking.
Grayson Waller began his career in the independent circuit in 2017 before signing with WWE in 2021. He came to the main roster in 2023 and formed a tag team with Austin Theory, with whom he once won the tag team championship. Waller made several attempts to join other factions before recently returning to NXT to cut a devastating promo announcing his upcoming run for the NXT Championship. Outside the ring, Grayson has enjoyed a varied media career, even appearing in a season of Survivor Australia. He doesn't have a Funko yet, but we based this design on his recent pipe bomb promo on NXT. So first up, we'll be talking about Grayson Waller, and we are going to go ahead and talk about him on this Raw episode, even though it looks like he's moving to NXT. And actually, the reason we're talking about him now is because we're so excited about that explosive pipe bomb promo that he did on NXT. I mean, it was incredible. He showed us his great microphone skills. He really did not hold back when it came to the TKO management, the talent in the locker room at NXT. He even called Austin Theory 240 pounds of idiot that he had to carry. And it was really exciting because, like, at first he was getting what chants from the crowd. It was like they resented him interrupting their regularly scheduled programming.
Especially with the way that he'd started out, like, the commentators were talking, he said, "Oh, you gave me a live mic!"
Yeah, exactly. And then by a few minutes into it, they were literally chanting, "Waller, Waller." And then he just says, "Shut up, you idiots, I'm cooking, let me cook." And they screamed for that. They cheered for that. So it was really incredible how he came out there and just got the crowd in the palm of his hand like that.
I mean, he's gotta be chaotic neutral. I mean, he's very anti-establishment, but to the anti-establishment fans, he's a downright hero.
Yeah, definitely. He's like Dr. Horrible. He's a villain, but for all the right reasons. Our next faction is the Vision.
Austin Theory got his wrestling start in 2016, mostly wrestling on the independent circuit, before signing with WWE in 2019. He is a two-time winner of the WWE United States Championship and a one-time winner of the World Tag Team Championship, the WWE Tag Team Championship, and the 2022 Men's Money in the Bank. He adheres to a straight-edge lifestyle, in part due to his father's alcoholism. He doesn't have a Funko Pop yet, but we like this design.
One of WWE's most unlikely success stories, Logan began his career as a Viner and vlogger before debuting on WWE as a celebrity personality, and then fighting his way into the ring and onto the main roster at WrestleMania 38 in 2022. Logan has held the U.S. Championship once, and he has held Tag Gold. Known for seeking out moments of tragedy and triumph, Logan is a controversial but wildly popular heel both inside and outside the ring. We can't believe Funko hasn't made a figure for Logan yet, but we have some ideas.
Bronson Reed got his wrestling start in 2007, with his first signing with WWE being in 2019. is a one-time winner of the NXT North American Championship. He is married to his high school sweetheart and has a kid with her. He doesn't have a Funko yet. We like this.
Braun Breaker got his wrestling start in 2016 before signing with WWE in 2021. Braun is the son of WWE legend Rick Steiner, and prior to becoming a wrestler, he was signed with the NFL, where his brother still plays. He is a two-time winner of the WWE Intercontinental Championship, the World Tag Team Championship, and the NXT Championship, and a one-time winner of the NXT Tag Team Championship. He is dating Izzy Dame. He doesn't have a Funko yet, but we like this. Okay, so next up we're going to jump right into the Vision. And let's start with Bronson Reed. He's pretty easy because, like all of the others on the disabled list, he's been out for so long. We're just going to have to put him in true neutral, although I imagine he won't stay there.
Then we've got Logan and Austin, who I'm going to say are both in neutral evil because they will use every trick in the book. Bending the rules, sneak attacks, manipulating things, outside objects. If there's a dirty card, they're going to play it.
That's true, and that is in contrast to the de facto leader right now, I would say, is Braun Breaker. And he is definitely more on the chaotic evil side of things. I mean, his nickname is the Unpredictable Badass. He is actually the son of the dog-faced gremlin. And I mean, between the sneak attacks, the spears, just the absolute intimidation, he is, I would say, the avatar of chaotic evil.
Scottish-born Joe Hendry began his career in the European independent circuit, appearing across several promotions starting in 2013, before doing a couple of tours each in TNA and Ring of Honor. Hendry signed with WWE in 2025 and made his main roster debut earlier this year. He is known for performing songs to mock his opponent, and for his almost supernatural, say his name and he appears gimmick. Joe doesn't have a Funko Pop yet, but we would go with something like this. Next up, we've got Joe Hendry, and while some would put him straight to Lawful Good, I think that Lawful Neutral is actually a more fitting place to put him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's got an almost supernatural gimmick with his whole say his name and he will appear thing. Plus, he spends a lot of his time creating songs to mock his fellow wrestlers.
That's true, although some of the songs do make him kind of more of a hero, like the Fire Logan Paul song. But I would say probably, especially in this day and age, you can't exactly be considered a hero if you're calling for people to be fired. Rusev began his professional wrestling career in the independent circuit in 2008, having left his native Bulgaria to pursue this calling in the US a few years prior. He signed with WWE in 2010, bouncing to AEW for a few years before returning in 2025. Known for his relentless heel persona, some of Rusev's most impressive work happens on the receiving end. His timing, positioning, and incredible selling make his opponent's moves land perfectly. Rusev has held the US title 3 times. He doesn't have a Funko yet, but we think this design is really iconic.
And next up we have Rusev. And Rusev, a lot like Breaker, is very much a vicious one. He's doing sneak attacks, he's hitting weak points, he's trying to hurt his opponent seemingly. He's gotta be chaotic evil.
Yeah, I agree. I would put him in chaotic evil, but I will say I think we need to make a distinction between Rusev the character and Rusev the wrestler, because yeah, from what I've seen, Rusev the wrestler is actually all about teamwork. His best work is done as sort of I guess the victim. He does a lot of really good completing of moves. And in fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but at WrestleMania, at the ladder match, that incredible OG cutter that Javon Evans performed, that could have gone a lot differently if Rusev hadn't been just the amazing pro he is and actually launched himself off the ladder to meet that move. So that's just one example of how Rusev as a wrestler is actually kind of the guy making these moves land, really.
Ethan Page got his wrestling start in 2006 before moving to WWE in 2024. He is a one-time winner of the NXT Championship and the NXT North American Championship. He is an avid toy collector and posts toy hunt videos on his YouTube channel. He doesn't have a Funko yet, but doesn't this potential design look cool? And next up we've got Ethan Page. I'd probably put him in Lawful Evil because while he is a villain, he hasn't really done anything too underhanded. He's mostly just been a jerk about it.
That's interesting because I would also put him in Lawful Evil, but for a different reason.
Really?
Yeah, I would put him in Lawful Evil because he seems clearly to be seeking a leadership position. You know, he refers to the commentators by their first names. He helps himself to a seat at the commentary table when he feels like he wants one. He's always walking around telling everybody what to do. And I just feel like, to me, that just screams Lawful Evil. Javon Evans got his wrestling start in 2018 before moving to WWE in 2023. He won the 2025 Men's Iron Survivor Challenge and is often talked about as one of the future faces of the company. He is the cousin of B-Fab. He doesn't have a Funko yet, but we wouldn't want to have to face this bouncy guy in the ring. All right, so the next person on our list is Javon Evans, and I'm definitely going to say we should put him into Chaotic Good because really his whole energy is chaotic. I mean, he has that bouncy gimmick. He has an overall cheerful persona, but he also definitely has that tough guy edge to him. So I would definitely say that qualifies as Chaotic Good.
Yeah, it almost seemed like he was going to make a straight-up heel turn when the Vision offered him a spot,
Yeah.
but then he proceeded to reject their offer and fight them immediately after.
Yeah. So that's Chaotic Good in a nutshell.
The Creed brothers got their wrestling starts in 2020 and 2021, with Julius being signed first. Both of them were signed with WWE from the very start. They have earned the NXT Tag Team Championship, and they have won the 2022 Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. They constantly stick together and are never separated, nor do they turn on each other, showing true brotherly loyalty. They don't have Funkos yet, but we like this 2-pack design for them. Next up, we've got the Creed brothers, who I'm gonna say they've gotta be chaotic neutral. I mean, they're heels, but they show such strong brotherly loyalty, never splitting up or turning on each other.
Yeah, I agree. I think that if we're going to put Candice LeRae in chaotic neutral for her loyalty to Johnny and Sammy, then I think the Creed brothers definitely belong in the same spot. One of the more mysterious figures in WWE, Pentagon Jr., or Penta, is a true luchador who fights masked and anonymously. Penta began his lucha career in 2007, working through an incredible string of promotions before finally signing with WWE in 2025. Penta, sometimes with his brother Rey Fenix and sometimes as a singles competitor, has held dozens of championships over his storied career, including a recently concluded impressive run as WWE Intercontinental Champion. Penta's Funko was released in 2026. And now we've finally made it to Penta, one of our favorites. And I'm definitely going to put Penta into neutral good because I mean, he's absolutely a hero. He's a face. He loves to interact with the audiences, especially with the kids. But, I mean, if we remember what happened at SummerSlam, you know, when his Intercontinental title was on the line and he was losing and it became clear that he was going to lose that match, he gave that, you know, mournful shout, "I'm sorry, Chad." And he started wrestling as a heel, and he wrestled as a heel for the rest of that match. So he will do that if he needs to.
I mean, look at what's been happening with Perros Del Mal. I mean, there's a chance we could see a possible heel turn for Penta with him going all Penta Oscuro.
That's true. We don't know what's going to happen with that. So right now, Penta is in neutral good, but we don't know that could change.
Dragon Lee got his wrestling start in 2013 and did not make it to WWE until 2022. He is a one-time winner of the WWE Speed Championship, the NXT North American Championship, and the World Tag Team Championship. He was one of the contestants in the Mexican edition of Excelathon, but was eliminated due to an inner ear infection that threatened his hearing and nearly required surgery on his ear and nose. He doesn't have a Funko Pop yet, but we like this one.
All right, and following in the same vein, next we have Dragon Lee, and I would also put him in neutral good for much the same reasons as Penta. He may not be as well known as Penta, but in terms of being a hero, I mean, many times he's shown that he's willing to step up for honor's sake. So, but he's also willing to get his hands dirty and fight not exactly clean if he needs to get the job done.
Speaking of Dragon Lee, let's also mention for a second that he's had quite a few jobber entrances, which is a real shame. Like, he's had great costumes, great music, he flew in on dragon wings. Take TKO, seriously, you're sitting on a masterpiece. Let him be on TV.
Yeah, get it together.
Our next faction is the Judgment Day.
JD McDonough got his wrestling start in 2006 before moving to WWE in 2016. He is a one-time winner of the NXT Cruiserweight Championship and a two-time winner of the World Tag Team Championship. He is a fan of motorsports and also supports Liverpool FC. In spite of Cody Rhodes seeing a striking resemblance, JD doesn't actually have a Funko yet. This is the design we would use, inspired by his gear from the WrestleMania 42 ladder match.
Dominic Mysterio technically got his wrestling start in 2003, but didn't start actually wrestling until 2019. He has been with WWE for the whole of his career. He is a two-time winner of the WWE Intercontinental Championship and the NXT North American Championship, and he is the current holder of the AAA Mega Championship. He has been involved in one of the longest-running storylines of all time, one that is arguably still running to this day. His Funko Pop was released in 2024, and here's what it looks like.
All right, next up we've got the Judgment Day, and let's start with JD. I'm going to say that he belongs in neutral evil right now because his current character is kind of like an attack dog. He does what he's told and goes where directed. But I would also like to say that much like Rusev, I'd like to make a distinction between JD the character and JD the performer. And as a performer, JD is a consummate professional. He is really good at making these moves land. He's all about teamwork, and he really makes the matches look good out there.
And then, other than JD, we've got my second favorite wrestler, Dom. Dirty Dom Mysterio, and while he may be fond of underhanded tactics, he's also got a strong leadership position. He's very loyal to Liv, and he's a tweener in AAA. So I think he's gotta be lawful evil.
I agree. I would put him into Lawful Evil. He's a bad guy, but he's in charge.
Chad Gable got his wrestling start in 2015 after having trained for 2 years, and he has stayed with WWE for his entire career. He is a 2-time winner of both the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championships and is the current WWE Intercontinental Champion. He has 3 children with his wife, Christy Oliver. He doesn't have a Funko yet, but we think this design looks great.
Next up, we've got Chad Gable, and I'm almost tempted to put him in Lawful Good because he's got a very sterling, shining hero persona.
That's true currently, but we can't ignore that comes on the heels, if you will, of a 2-year villain run in which he insulted and betrayed everyone across 2 promotions. And as we all know, you can't spell luchador without Chad, and we could not ignore that for the last year he has been one of the most evil luchadors in all of AAA.
Then we should probably put him in neutral good.
Yeah, I would say neutral good. Even though he's such a good guy right now, we know that could change, and we do know that he does have sort of a darker past.
Our next faction is Alpha Academy.
Otis began his wrestling career in Greco-Roman wrestling in high school, one of the few WWE stars to do so. He continued through college and was considered a prospect for the 2012 Olympics before joining professional wrestling in 2015 and signing with WWE in 2016. He has won the Tag Team Championship once, as well as Money in the Bank, as commemorated by this Funko Pop released in 2021.
Akira Tozawa got his wrestling start in Dragon Gate in 2005 and eventually signed with WWE in 2016. He is a 1-time winner of the WWE Cruiserweight Championship and a 16-time winner of the WWE 24/7 Championship. He has the highest number of times winning a championship of probably anyone we will ever talk about on this channel. He doesn't have a Funko Pop yet, but we think this design looks good.
Alright, next let's talk about Alpha Academy, and I'm going to say they belong in Chaotic Good, really for much the same reasons as Javon Evans. They're good guys, but they have a really chaotic energy, both individually and as a team.
Yeah, they are good guys, but they do have a bit of a dark side to them.
Yeah, true.
In March of 2025, a wrestler we now know to be Chad Gable appeared as a masked luchador called El Grande Americano. A few months later, Gable was injured, and the character's mantle was taken up by a new, taller, slimmer masked luchador. The taller Grande character quickly won over lucha audiences, addressing them in Spanish, learning their songs and culture, and falling in love with one of the AAA media staff. Over that year, Grande was joined by Los Americanos, 2 more masked luchadores who joined him from the WWE side. Together, the 3 of them would defend beloved icons, engage in dramatic storylines, and cement their places as icons of Lucha Libre. On May 30th, at Noche de los Grandes, the newer Grande fighter defeated the returning Gable's original El Grande Americano, unmasking Gable forever and earning the right to the El Grande Americano character. That fight will go down in history as one of the greatest WWE matches of all time, making instant legends of Gable as well as Grande and Los Americanos.
And next up, we've got Grande y Los Americanos. And I cannot say enough good about these guys. I mean, they're heroes. They're heroes to the WWE community. They're heroes in AAA. They're heroes in America. They're heroes in Mexico. They're pillars of the lucha community. They have basically spent the last year just going around defending what's right, standing up for good, and striking at the heart of darkness. I mean, that you don't get much more good guy than that, really.
I mean, with a sterling reputation like that, they've got to be lawful good.
I think so. I think they are probably the goodest guys in WWE right now.
AAA and WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio has enjoyed a lengthy, successful career. He debuted in 1989 at the age of 14, paying his dues in lucha for over a decade before signing with WWE in 2002. Among his dozens of titles, Rey is a Triple Crown, Grand Slam, and Royal Rumble champion. Rey is the general manager of AAA and the father of Dominic Mysterio, and he is well known for his work with numerous charities. His Funko Pop was released in 2014.
All right, so let's talk about Rey Mysterio. So I definitely think that he has to be lawful good because he's not only a Hall of Famer and a locker room leader, he's actually also the general manager of AAA.
That's right, which means he has to make the tough choices and put the company first. And he does try to act in the best interests of the wrestlers, but some of his decisions are maybe not so popular.
Yeah.
Our next faction is the War Raiders.
Eric got his wrestling start in 2003 before coming to WWE in 2018. He is a two-time winner of the WWE RAW Tag Team Championship and a one-time winner of the WWE 24/7 Championship. He married his wife, Sarah Bridges, in a Viking-themed wedding, and they have 2 sons together.
Ivar got his wrestling start in 2001 before coming to WWE in 2018. He is a 2-time winner of the WWE RAW Tag Team Championship and a 1-time winner of the NXT Tag Team Championship. The team is also the current AAA Tag Champs. Ivar, like Eric, is extremely straight edge. They don't have Funkos yet, but we like this design for a 2-pack.
All right, next we have the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar. And I think they belong in chaotic neutral because while they are technically tweeners, lately they've been basically just going up against baby faces on both promotions. So I would say that they're more on the chaotic side.
And they're not really vicious or evil per se, they're just big and hard to stop, so I would agree with chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Our next faction is the Street Profits.
Angelo Dawkins got his wrestling start in 2012 in WWE from the very start. He is a 2-time winner of the World Tag Team Championship and the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship, and a 1-time winner of the NXT Tag Team Championship. He is an avid supporter of the Ohio State Buckeyes, the Cincinnati Bengals, the LA Lakers, and Real Madrid. His Funko Pop was released in January of 2021, and here's what it looks like.
Montez Ford began his career with WWE Development in 2015 and became one half of the Street Profits in 2017. They've won every tag title WWE offers, making them tag team Triple Crown holders. Tez is a veteran of the U.S. Marines as well as the Navy, and he and his wife, fellow superstar Bianca Belair, welcomed their first child together on August 4th of this year. His Funko was released in 2021.
And next we've got the Street Profits. And I'm going to say let's put them in lawful neutral because they have strong bouncer energy. You know what I mean? Like, they're kind of like the people that showed up to the party to have a good time, maybe take a few pics with the crowd, you know. But if somebody steps out of line, they're going to put a stop to it and then go right back to enjoying the party.
It's like they're the bouncer who also gets a few drinks of their own.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of energy.
Seth Rollins began wrestling at the age of 18. in the Independents in 2004. He signed with WWE in 2010, making his main roster debut as part of The Shield in 2012. Seth is a Triple Crown and 2-time Grand Slam champion, and he has won the Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, and Crown Jewel. Known as the Revolutionary and the Visionary, Seth has been involved in several factions in WWE, but he currently wrestles as a kind of loner persona. Seth is married to fellow superstar Becky Lynch, and in 2019 was thrilled to discover 2 half-siblings through DNA ancestry. Seth's Funko was released in 2016. Next up, we have Seth Rollins, and I'm gonna put him in true neutral because...
True neutral? Are you serious?
Yeah!
Why?
Well, I mean, he's a face now, but he's had years of being a heel, which has left him with absolutely no trust from any of the other faces and no allies within the heels.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. He seems like he wants to be a leader, but it definitely doesn't seem like anyone's willing to follow him.
He's really just a man adrift looking for his place and where he fits into it all.
Yeah, okay, I guess so. I guess that being the case, that would qualify as true neutral. Okay, alright, I'll buy it. I'll give you this one. True neutral. Our next faction is the Bloodline. One of the sons of WWE legend Rikishi, Jay grew up in professional wrestling, beginning his career in 2008 before making his WWE debut alongside his brother Jimmy in 2010. The Usos have held both tag titles multiple times, and in addition, Jay has won the Royal Rumble, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the Intercontinental Championship, and the World Heavyweight title. Prior to beginning his professional wrestling career, Jay played college football as a linebacker. Jay got his own Funko release in 2026.
Jimmy Uso was part of the Anoa'i family of professional wrestling, joining legends such as Umaga, Yokozuna, and The Rock. He and his brother hold the world record for the longest tag title reign at 622 days, and they are the first team to hold both the Raw and SmackDown Tag Championships simultaneously. Jimmy is married to fellow superstar Naomi, and he has 3 children. Jimmy and Jay got a double feature 2-piece Funko release in 2024.
Jacob Fatu began his professional wrestling career in 2012, making his way through the Independents, MLW, and even joining the Japanese circuit before joining his family in WWE in 2024. Known as the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob currently works as the unhinged enforcer for the Bloodline stable. Jacob has won the US title and the tag title once each, but he's better known for his epic feuds with such names as Cody Rhodes, Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and even his own tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Jacob's Funko was released in 2026.
Roman Reigns began his professional wrestling career with WWE's developmental territory in 2010, making his main roster debut in 2012 as part of The Shield with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Currently, Roman leads the Bloodline as the Original Tribal Chief, or OTC. Roman is a Triple Crown, Grand Slam, and Royal Rumble champion, and his 1,316-day reign as Universal Champion is the longest title reign in WWE since 1988. Roman has a degree in management from Georgia Tech, and prior to his WWE career, he played football for the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars before being diagnosed with leukemia. Roman's first Funko Pop was released in 2016.
And now we have finally come to the Bloodline. And let's start with the Usos, because they change a lot, but right now I would put them in neutral evil.
You think so?
I do, because their heels both in the ring and just in their overall storyline has become a lot darker. But like always, they prioritize teamwork, both with each other and with the overall faction. They're not exactly like loose cannons or anything.
Unlike Jacob Fatu, who has been being barely kept back from chaos and destruction.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well call him Jacob Atu because he seems like he's all out of F's.
I'd say he's a true archetype of chaotic evil.
I agree. And then Roman is an interesting case because while the rest of his faction is currently wrestling heel, he is on more of a redemption arc. His whole storyline lately is about accomplishing the things on his own that he always needed the bloodline for in the past. So that being the case, I would put him actually up there in neutral good, while the rest of his faction is down in the evil section.
L.A. Knight has been performing as a professional wrestler since 2003. After gaining massive success in NWA and TNA, he signed under his current persona with WWE in 2021. Knight has held the U.S. Championship twice, as well as winning other impressive contests, and is known as one of the most over acts in the business right now, with everybody saying it. His Funko was released in 2024.
All right, and now we're going to talk about L.A. Knight. And I would definitely put him more on the babyface side. He has won some championships, but more than that, he's known for being just so over with the crowd. I mean, he is absolutely huge right now. He's about to face Roman, and he's definitely on like a hero trajectory.
But he's not always so nice. I mean, remember at SummerSlam when he almost wouldn't shake Solo's hand, even though he did end up hugging Solo, and then afterwards was like, this was a one and done. We're through now.
That's true. So that being the case, I would definitely put him into lawful neutral.
Superstar sensation and future face of WWE, Obafemi began his professional wrestling career after an NXT tryout in 2021. After smashing his way through the NXT Championship scene, Oba made his main roster debut at the Royal Rumble in 2026. He is the reigning King of the Ring and cemented his place in WWE history at SummerSlam, when he retired Brock Lesnar at Hell in a Cell. Prior to joining WWE, Oba was a prize-winning shot putter, even winning the shot put title for the Crimson Tide at the SEC Track and Field Championships in 2021 and 2022. Oba's first Funko is set to come out in 2027, but we also like this alternate design to commemorate the historic Hell in a Cell match with Lesnar.
Alright, and last but certainly not least is Obafemi. And I'm going to be a little controversial right now, and I am going to say that he belongs in true neutral. Actually, right in the middle, because right in the middle is where he is right now in terms of WWE. I mean, every single storyline, whether it involves heels or faces, factions or singles, everything right now is about Oba. More specifically about avoiding having to be in the ring with Oba.
And while he is a face, he is still a monster, and if he doesn't have an opponent to fight, he will just straight up drag someone in to serve as his opponent.
Yeah, that's true. Remember how he didn't have an opponent for the last open challenge? So he went and got Los Garzas and beat them so bad they ran all the way to AAA.
He might be on a hero trajectory, but overall, he's just the center of WWE and of this alignment chart.
Yes, absolutely.
That's all we have for this week's episode of Fantasy Booking. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And as always, let us know in the comments what you thought about our analysis, if you agree or disagree, or where you would place some of these wrestlers. We'll see you next time.
side by side.
So yeah, tough decisions, but good guy at heart. Lawful good.
Lawful neutral.
We're just gonna cut that whole thing out. And I'm Sushi from Sushi's Pop Empire. I forgot what I was gonna say.